Hello, this is Lit Gaming. I wanted to do a quick update on the bug going on in the Mistpanned area pre-patch right now with Herbalism, where you run into a certain level where you just can't skill up anymore and you just get stuck. And I found a post here, blue post on the forums, that we're aware that some gathering nodes are not granting skill ups. Fixing the works that will take place with the restarts on Tuesday. So if you are leveling up, it's going to be pretty difficult before Tuesday, but somebody has a solution that you can still get skill ups from Strangle Kelp, which only grows underwater, and probably going to be some pretty good competition for that between now and Tuesday, but I may still give it a try. But I also wanted to do another part in the how much gold can you make by doing herbalism farming at different levels. And I'm right now just coming into Felwood. It's probably my favorite zone for picking plants. It's got a pretty good selection. There's really only one route. You can either go left and go clockwise, or go right and go NASCAR, but you just go up and you go down. And it's generally not very busy. I think most people ignore it, so I'm going to go ahead and get started and see what we can find out here. This is my second druid. I have one druid for agility and one druid that's a caster, so healer. And I do balance for questing. But this one is maxed out herbalism and alchemy. See if this guy will ignore me for long enough to get this. It was about an hour ago that I got an update on all the auction house pricing on all this stuff. So this number is pretty reasonably close. I can even see that. There it is. So, yeah, this is pretty typical in this zone. Plenty of targets. Obviously, I can't emphasize enough how much quicker it is with the druid if you're going to do herbalism farming. Just being able to farm while you're flying. And also the cast time for harvesting is, I think it's exactly 50%. So it's twice as fast when you're actually harvesting. So I was hoping I'd be able to get 1,000 gold an hour, but maybe these things just aren't going for that much gold right now. Let's see, we got 74, 96, 191, yeah. With plants, there's kind of two tiers that you'll run into. The one is for the higher tier is for herbalism, where you need specific plants for specific recipes. And if you go choose one of the guides, this is my wow-professions.com. Choose one of these guides for herbalism, and it will give you a very good idea what's going to be the most expensive plants out there. Because most people are using a guide and all the guides are pretty much the same. And then you have inscription, where you just really don't care what plants you get. You're just going to grind them up anyway to make ink. And there's a decently priced one. The cheap ones are the ones that are just going to get ground up, obviously. And the more expensive ones are the ones that are needed for recipes. And when you get something that's really priced a great deal higher than everything else, that's usually there's a really popular recipe for that one. Okay. But It's a pretty rare herb. I don't remember ever getting a whole lot of purple lotus. Yeah, this zone gets so narrow in places you can see thick on both sides of the road. Anyway, let's see, I'm about a third of the way up on one side. And yeah, that couple expensive plants there merely made it jump up. It's always a lot easier when you're much higher level than the mobs, because they mostly ignore you unless you get right on top of them. Yeah, you have to be almost right inside of them before they'll attack you. But again, with a druid, you can't get dismounted because you're not mounted, you're shapeshifted, so even if you do get one of them attacking you, it's not like it's going to dismount you and you're going to have to fight them anyway. So, in my opinion, if you want to make some gold by harvesting plants, it's worth it to level a druid to do it. That's purple lotus, I gotta go grab that one. I can stop randomly clicking. So our gold per hour is running, this is after how long? 6 minutes, running at 2,000 gold per hour, which isn't terrible. I don't know what a token goes for these days, but you could get yourself a token just by putting in every month to pay for your game. You could get a token just by putting in a half hour here and there. And I think once we hit Mr. Pandaria going live in a couple of weeks here, I think you might be seeing more like 10,000, 20,000 gold per hour picking plants. Oops. One's being used. That probably means there's a bot in the area, or possibly means there's a bot in the area. Or just someone that wasn't phased in, another player that I can't see. What I discovered in most of the time when you get other people that are picking plants in an area, the game tends to increase the spawn rate. So sometimes it's actually better if there's another person or two in the zone also picking plants. It just gets overrun. You know, if there were 10 or 20 people in this zone picking plants, it would probably get a little bit slow. We'll see if I'll make it halfway, and then we'll shut it off and see what our average was. I've been selling quite a bit of herbs on the auction house lately, and I've probably had, I don't know, 50 or 60 different auctions I've put up, and only one time have I gotten some plants back in the mail, and that was somebody who, cornered a market and marked stuff up to, I think it was 48 gold per. And so I just listed mine for what the going rate was, and nobody was buying them at that rate. So it's not like you're going to say, oh, 1,600 if I could sell them. Well, I think all these are pretty reasonable, except maybe those, but I think those always sell. So. Why do I not see this one? So that was Timbermont hold, so we're at the halfway point. Yeah, it's underneath these guys. So I'm going to pause. And we're right at 1,554 gold per hour. So, not too bad.
I ain't got it. You don't want it.
So we got 75, 96, almost 2, 8. See if anything changes in the HOA. Auction house has been extremely volatile ever since pre-patch came out. I gotta sell some of these. You know, 96 went to 83, 76 went to 69. These dropped off quite a bit. These are half as much. Yeah. Very volatile.
Goblin products are built to plants.
So I don't know. Maybe more like 1,000 gold per hour with current prices, but if I came back and checked in an hour, given that it's a weekend today, it could be 2,000 gold an hour. Anyway, that's it. Felwood, pretty good zone for making some gold by using herbalism.